Good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. I'm Scott Mitchell. I have Deputy Attorney General Ethan Shaner with us this morning talking about scams. This is like something that people are talking about a lot. The reason you're here is you run the Consumer Protection Unit at the Attorney General's office. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Okay, you've had an interesting career. You left Delaware working for an Attorney General named Bo Biden and came here under General Scott Pruitt. So you know that there are a lot of topics that are higher profile than others, right? And scams are one of them. Can we start with protecting Oklahomans against the scammers? My phone rings 20 times a day, right? We'll start with that. And also AI coming into all these equations. Help us understand what Oklahomans need to do to protect themselves against these really scammers who are using all the technology to get to people.
Yeah, so it's interesting because, as you mentioned, the transition I made from Delaware to Oklahoma, the issues are really the same facing all seniors, whether you live in a blue state or a red state. As far as how to protect yourself from these scam calls, it's important to remember that the Do Not Call registry, which we get a lot of questions about, that will stop you from getting called by legitimate businesses who are looking to get into telemarketing and do it properly. The Do Not Call list will not protect you from scammers. They do not care if they are violating state law because they are already trying to scam you out of your money. So the important thing to try to minimize these calls is if you don't recognize a caller ID, just don't answer it. If it's somebody who's legitimately trying to reach you, they will leave you a voicemail, they will text you or something like that. As soon as you start answering these calls when they are scam calls, your phone number is identified as one that is a live line and that will pick up. And so really it's annoying, I understand it, but as soon as you start picking up, they're gonna come in more.
Okay, I know friends of mine, I've even done this, just, you know it's a scam call, but you wanna have some fun with them, right? Don't answer the phone, is what you're saying, because if you do, that makes it more likely they'll call back.
Correct, I would avoid it.
Okay, now, besides scammers, we're starting to see stories where that people are scammers using AI. Grandma gets a phone call from a grandkid saying, I've been arrested in some foreign land, you got to go down and send this money in. How bad is AI impacting Oklahomans around the country, Oklahomans as well as Americans, using this sort of tech to fool people?
Yeah, it's hard to say with any accuracy because it's such an evolving technology and it's moving so quickly. What I can tell you is that this new technology is so powerful, it allows those using it to gather so much information about whomever is putting information out there in their online presence, whether that's your social media accounts, your LinkedIn, whatever. It scrapes all this information about you and it allows them to synthesize that, target it towards you, and really tailor their scam towards you to make you believe that this is your family member or your friend reaching out to you when really it's not. So what I would say the most, it's hard to remember in real time, but if you get a call from someone who is saying they are your friend or your family member and they are in trouble and they need money, tell them, hold on, let me call you right back. And you just hang up, dial the number that you know is them, text the number that you know is them, and then you can verify whether something truly is true or you're gonna get scammed.
A lot of times people feel ashamed if they've been scammed or they let a family member get next to them. What would your advice to those folks be, that if you think you've been had and you feel ashamed about this, but they should do what?
First, don't be ashamed. It has happened or come close to happening to almost everyone. And so, you know, some people have been lucky and avoided it, but there's really no reason to be ashamed. And again, reporting it as fast as possible is important because the further away you get from the scam, the harder it is to recover any money about it.
How do we find you? How do people find you if they feel like they've been scammed?
You can call our phone number. You can visit our website. There's a consumer complaint form available on the website, and we have very skilled consumer representatives you can call, and they will walk you through the process of filing a complaint if you need to.
Deputy Attorney General Ethan Shaner, thanks so much for what you do down at the CPU, and maybe one day tech will help us stop this, but right now it's It's flourishing, right?
Yep. Yes, it is.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks for watching Hot Seat. See this again on our website /YourVoteCounts, and get all the information about these interviews on my socials @Mitchell Talks.